Good evening, everyone. I'm Shannon Rutherford, the town planner for Farmington. This is the Farmington Historic District Commission. We will start this evening with a roll call of our members. Jim Calciano.
Here.
Joanne Lawson.
Here.
Michelle Phelan.
Here.
Jay Bombara.
Here.
Henry Purtill.
Here.
Ted Sanford.
Here.
I will note for the record that Liz Gemsky is absent. I will also note that we still have a vacancy with Cliff Mix, so we will function as a 4-member board again this evening.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. With that, I will call the meeting to order of the Town of Farmington Historic District Commission on Tuesday, November 18th. And I will ask the Secretary of the Commission, Michelle Phelan, to read in the hearings.
Thank you. Notice is hereby given that the Farmington Historic District Commission will hold a hybrid in-person and online public hearing on Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 at 5 p.m. in the Town Hall Council Chambers on the following applications. St. James Episcopal Parish, application for temporary certificate of appropriateness for the installation of an accessory structure, cross and memorial stone at 3 Mountain Road. Interested parties are encouraged to participate in this hybrid public hearing. Participation in person is at 1 Monteith Drive, Town Hall, Town Council Chambers, or online participation is via the link to the meeting on the Town of Farmington website at the link provided. A copy of this proposal is available online at the link provided or by calling the Planning Department at 860-675-2325. Dated at Farmington, Connecticut, this 30th day of October 2025.
And before we ask the first applicant for the public hearing to come up, of note that on the agenda we show withdrawn the Superior Fence and Rail Hartford application for temporary certificate of appropriateness. So that's been withdrawn. But then I'll ask William Clark to continue their hearing for temporary certificate of appropriateness for the proposed construction of the 2-car detached garage at 14 Mountain Road. Yeah, Bill, you could come up and.
I am William Clark, 14 Mountain Road, and here's.
Thank you.
Thanks. So I believe last time I was here, it was determined that the garage was appropriate, but there was questions on the doors and the windows. So I sent some information to Shannon, and she came back with some questions, which I think I've answered on the thing, but then I also supplemented some of your stuff, Shannon, with some more information here that I've provided to the commission. So the first thing is the garage doors. We picked the Garaga Village Collection steel doors, steel inlays, and on the next page there's like so you don't have this, Shannon, but they're going to be those garage doors, but you had asked me a question about the grid pattern, and those are on the next page. It's X layout for those. Are there any questions on that, or should I go through all of the doors and windows first?
Well, why don't we do one item at a time? So, yeah, sir. Well, why don't you go through whatever you want to present, and we'll go back.
Okay, so those are the garage doors that we picked. They're white with the simulated divided lights on top and the X layout drawing. Next, it was the awning windows. So those are on the top where the dormer is. And those are wood windows, vinyl clad. Those are the ones that will be facing the street. And those are also the simulated divided light. On the side, Shannon doesn't have a picture of this, but asked me about the other windows. These are the ones that will not be facing the street. So they'll be on the east, west, and the back of the garage. These are same thing, wood, vinyl clad. The three on each side, one facing the school, one facing my neighbor, and then the back side faces Noah Wallace too. So those are those. This is the spec sheet for those. I don't know, do you need this too?
Ultimately, I will need a copy of everything you gave the commission.
Okay. I'll save this copy for you. Next, there was a question about the lights, and so we picked this carriage house bronze lantern, 14 3/4 inches. It's stamped metal, bronze finish. There's gonna be two fixtures, one at each side of the garage, like one at the far right hand side, one at the far left hand side, mounted flush with the garage doors. And then the patio doors are gonna be the same thing. Simulated divided lights. They're aluminum doors. And then I don't think I gave this one to Shannon, but she asked about the hardware. I circled the hardware that we're gonna pick for the door on this final sheet. It's the Newberry. And I think that's all the questions that we had last time. So if I'm using an architect that also lives in the village. So he deemed these appropriate, but I'm not sure if you have any questions about the appropriateness of this, then let me know.
So, yeah, it does make sense. We seem to have a lot here. I guess before, maybe we'll go down each item through everybody, but are there any other details or items we should be looking at?
There's gutters and roof leaders, and shingles are other things that the commission typically looks at, the actual siding material and trim, so.
The siding material, I think we went over last time, and I think that was okay. We're not contemplating any gutters. We don't have gutters on our other structure that's gonna be next to the garage, so we didn't contemplate that. The shingles are gonna be, we just got our roof done. So they're gonna be the exact same roofing materials as the ones that we have now
That's on the main house.
on the main house and the other garage. We do them both. I did not bring those samples, but
Yeah, the siding, what did you say the siding was?
I think it was on it. Yeah, clapboard siding.
Siding was, this is the material list that was entered into the record at the last meeting and handed to us. Says cedar clapboard, cedar fascia and trim to match existing detached garage.
So that we talked about. All right. Well, in order to make sure we cover these and everybody gets a chance to comment on whichever items they want, what I would suggest is we'll go through each of these. I wrote down hopefully all of them and go for comments and then go through each one. So we'll start with the garage doors, I guess. Then I guess I'll start with any questions or comments about the doors.
No questions or comments on the garage doors for me. Thank you.
Ted?
Correct me if I'm wrong, haven't we always steered away from metal doors?
Yeah. We have,
I think we've done wood doors and
absolutely,
composite.
composite.
That's my comment. Michelle?
Right, and I think the material said steel. The specs noted, oh, I'm jumping ahead, I'm sorry. So I don't have any questions on the garage doors.
I agree with Ted that wood doors are what we usually approve, or a composite. So that's it. That's an issue.
And I just wanted to confirm the simulated divided lights on the garage doors were going to be like one of these pictures.
Yeah. Yep. We're gonna be these exact.
That one.
Yep. Mhm.
Oh, so it would be these doors?
Yep.
Okay, like with that hardware?
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Is there a page number or a set? Because I don't have a set unless there's an extra set floating up there. I don't have a set, so I don't know what we're agreeing to.
I'll just get my whole package. Yeah.
You got it. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's gonna be, I can't.
I was just a little
I'm not-
confused because in the available layouts, you circled the one, and it doesn't have any dividers in the lights at all, but
So it's 4/2.
okay, great.
Four.
Great.
I'm probably
All right.
not saying that right.
Thank you.
Four lights, 2 rows
The garage doors,
on the garage doors.
is it 4/4?
Or 4/4, sorry, 4/4.
8/8.
Oh.
8/8.
Okay.
Or 8/9.
Yeah, 4/4.
6.
Sorry. It's a lot of pages.
All right. So let's, I am trying to be able, so, Bill, you're saying it's going to look like these, is that what you're saying? 4/4, those
Exact.
these
Yep.
ones.
Those are,
However you describe that.
4 wide,
No.
4 wide, 2.
There you go. 4 wide, 2 high. There's the question. All right.
What's
Um,
the term, Ted? I'm sorry.
4 wide, 2 high.
So before we ask for public comment, I'm going to go through all these with the commission, then we will turn to the public, anybody here or somebody might be on. Okay, anything else on the garage doors before we move on? Okay, windows. When I start with you, Joanne.
You described the awning windows that are going to be like above the garage doors, and those will be the 3 awning windows, the AN21 windows
Mhm.
with simulated divided lights,
right, yep.
but they're vinyl clad.
Yes. They're vinyl clad.
Sketch of the garage.
Um,
Can we put up the
This
facade of the garage?
side.
You
You.
want that? Yeah, I,
Thank you.
is that what you want?
Yes. Better.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Joanne, you have a question?
yeah, I just wanted to make sure I was looking at those windows, and those windows as proposed are vinyl clad.
Right, yep.
Which we don't normally approve.
Anything else?
That's it.
Jim?
Well, there is a difference. If they're wood but vinyl clad, we do approve those as well as a metal clad. Which are wood,
They are wood.
vinyl clad. You can have a vinyl clad with a window, yeah. But they're awning, they crank out.
Yeah, so they're just the 3 on top. Those are the only ones that are going to be facing the road. None of the other ones are. Yeah, they crank out.
That's it.
Michelle?
No, I was looking for the simulated divided light, so thank you for clarifying that.
So a vinyl window, just to clarify, a typical vinyl window is 100% vinyl. And that's different from a wood clad or a wood window that's vinyl clad or aluminum clad. All vinyl windows tend to not look like a wood window. They don't look historic. They don't look traditional, in my opinion.
You're right.
And the wood window with the vinyl clad, I think, with the trim that's shown in the detail, which would be a flat casing with a silver nosing, I think does look traditional and I think is appropriate for the historic neighborhood. Just like the clad windows, the aluminum clad windows that we approve regularly. So that, I think these windows are okay. The awning windows, I mean, typically we wouldn't approve an awning window, but I think in this case, because they're square, they kind of look like a barn sash, which are on garages all up and down that street, including my own 2 houses away. So I think that's okay.
And there's a gang of them. 3.
Yeah. The door is a wood door with aluminum cladding, so it's gonna be the grill cut that's shown in the drawing, right? Not the one
Yeah.
that was.
Oh, yeah, it's not gonna be the one that,
So
it's gonna be
15,
that.
15 left, yeah.
I haven't counted the lights, but I'm sure you're right.
Yeah, they're 15. The tilt wash windows on the side, you can see them from the street, but they're also a wood window that's vinyl clad. I think those are okay. So I'm all right with what's proposed.
Nothing much to add beyond what everybody else has already mentioned. The only thing I would ask, is there a particular reason for choosing the vinyl clad over an aluminum clad? Is there a color combination that you can't get? Is it a cost reason?
No, not really. I mean, that was just recommended by the architect that I had. And,
Okay.
like, I haven't looked, I did look in this Anderson book that he had. I didn't find any aluminum clad that were for residential. Most of they all are like commercial buildings. I didn't think that was appropriate. So there's not. But other than it was recommended by the architect that I have.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to you asking them to potentially quote for an aluminum clad.
Sure.
I know that I have nearly these exact same windows on my garage that are aluminum clad, as opposed to to vinyl clad. And I know the doors you're going with are aluminum clad. For some consistency and finish quality as well.
Okay.
Yep. But nothing, no position different than everybody else here.
Okay. How about right back to you on the light?
Yeah, you had mentioned they were bronze. Is that also an oil rub bronze to match the door hardware, or are they like bronze?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
But I can, if you'd like, or I can.
it's just hard to see it. I assume in a black and white photo, the darker color, it's probably an oil rub bronze.
I definitely would. I mean, I would like them to match. So
Okay.
I can make sure that they do match.
Yeah, no objection to the style or the location.
On the lights, is that where we're at?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine with the light fixture.
Michelle?
As am I.
Fine.
Yeah, no question.
Mr. Chair, may I ask a clarifying question on the lights while we're there?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Clark, you said 2 lights.
Yeah.
And they are to be positioned where?
Right there.
Right
And then-
here?
Yep. And
In
then
here,
no, at the
the far end.
mhm,
So on the very outside edges.
yes.
And the size is as shown here, the 14 3/4 by 6 3/4.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Moving on to the patio doors, which are those the doors shown next to the garage
Those are the
doors?
doors. Yep.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so those are aluminum clad, right?
Yep.
Right. I don't think I have any questions on those.
No question.
All right. Okay. So we'll probably get on the doors. I wrote down hardware, so I guess that's for the door, for patio doors. Or else go for Henry, do you have any comments on the hardware?
No, nothing.
Ted?
No.
Michelle?
No.
Jim?
Nope.
Joanne? No. Okay. Siding, we decided last time, so the cedar platform, so there's no issue there.
Yep.
Just revisiting quickly, the shingles, I know you said you're gonna match what's on the house, are those asphalt?
Yeah. Yes.
And those were approved previously, I assume?
Because they were
Oh,
They were
like for
replaced,
like.
so it was a
Yeah.
like for like replacement, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I don't have those at my
Real quick,
fingertips.
anybody, any objection on the shingles? Oh, okay. You said no gutters,
No.
correct?
Right. Correct.
Did I miss anything? Anybody?
Don't think so.
Okay. Is there anybody here that would like to make a comment or have any questions about this application? Can you pull the online, please?
Yes, sir. If anyone's called in to offer comment on 14 Mountain Road, the application for 14 Mountain Road, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. You'll be acknowledged to address the commission. Again, if anyone's called in to offer comment on the 14 Mountain Road application, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom, and you'll be acknowledged to address the commission. Mr. Chair, there are no hands raised.
There's two potential, I guess. I heard of two potential issues. One is the garage doors being steel, and the other was whether or not we want the vinyl windows to be aluminum clad rather than vinyl clad. I guess so. We can try to get this all done in one motion. I mean, we want to separate out the garage doors. And does anybody want to have what's the? We can do a separate motion to approve the garage doors. We don't want the garage doors. I mean, I guess that has to be two. And would you be amenable to wood or composite? Wood or composite? I don't know what the price is.
Yeah, I have no idea. I can go back to the architect and try to find another one that's
because we can vote on it. And I don't know if the vote's going to come, but if we turn it down, that's fine. You have to come back in. But and we can do that if you want to. That would be one proceed where you can withdraw and come back on the first.
Can we vote on the rest of the items?
Well, we will.
Just
we do the
okay. So what are my options? Go back. I would go back and then send another.
Well, we can either give you a maybe a no.
Oh,
and then you come back.
I don't want to
just
know.
come back.
No. Yeah, I can come back. So I'll get a price on the or get a design on the composite doors.
Yeah, my suggestion is we just handle it under old business, similar to how we've done the Church Street. So we'll approve what can be approved this evening. The comment has been issued. The applicant can go back to everything with the understanding that the doors, the garage doors, and if there's any other exterior detail that happens to come along, that's got to come back in for review, and it can be done under old business since the majority of everything else has been.
Perhaps what do we consider just approve the wood door or
We could approve
or
a wood door.
composite, and then if you decide you really don't want to do it, you can come back and try to get the.
That's fine.
Something else.
Yeah, that's
Okay, all right.
sounds fair.
And then, I heard some discussion on the vinyl versus aluminum, so I don't know.
I don't think it makes a difference either way.
All right. Well, then, okay, in that case, I'll call for a motion that on all these items, if you want, I can go through it one more time. Somebody can just agree or not. So the garage door, the motion would be to approve the garage doors as submitted, except either wood or composite, that the windows be, well, they are applied for as vinyl clad, with perhaps, we would also approve aluminum if he decides to go aluminum.
Clad.
Aluminum clad, and that the approving the lights is submitted, the patio doors is submitted, the hardware is submitted, shingles is submitted, and I think that's it. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I got a motion.
Can I just add one?
Yeah.
So the awning window detail doesn't show, the handout doesn't show a sill nose. And I think a sill nosing is kind of needed to make it look like the other windows that does have a sill nosing. So I would just specify that it include a exterior sill nose.
Will you amend your motion to?
It is.
And the drawing from the architect seems to show it. It doesn't label anything, but it seems to show it anyway. But I just think it's important to make it look right.
So Shannon, did you catch that Jim amended his motion? So is there a second to that motion as amended?
I'll second that.
I have a second. Is there further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, you're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next public hearing is St. James Episcopal Parish, 3 Mountain Road, application for temporary certificate of appropriateness for the installation of an accessory structure, the cross and memorial stone, which we have had an informal discussion on this. You could just state your name and the address for the record and make the presentation.
Bob Sedell, 164 South Road in Farmington. I'm representing St. James Episcopal Church at 3 Mountain Road in Farmington.
Thank you.
So we're looking to have a cross installed. The cross was hewn by members of Good Shepherd Episcopal Parish in Bristol. They joined our parish last year and turned their property over to the diocese. We were requested to remove any belongings we wanted to keep before the property is sold. Thus, we have a cross with which we are establishing a prayer garden. Unfortunately, the location of the garden is under construction towards the middle or north end of the east side of our church. This should be far enough from the street to be private. We would like to install the cross temporarily near the front door of our church until the grounds are completed in the spring. Thank you.
Okay. Joanne, do you have any questions or comments?
I have, I just wanted you to confirm that you're not anticipating any lighting.
I'm sorry?
Lighting?
No lighting, no lighting.
That was my only.
Jim?
No question.
Michelle?
No questions.
Are we considering just the temporary location at this time?
Well, I don't know. We're going to move the cross eventually down further north on the property, which would not be visible from the street. So I don't know how you want to address that.
I'd prefer, let's just approve both the temporary and the permanent location with the understanding it's going to be set back.
That the permanent is just even further setback. So
Correct.
presumably there's no issue with that.
No comments.
Is there anybody here in the public that would like to comment on this or ask a question? Okay, can you poll online, please, Shannon?
Certainly. If anyone has called in to offer comment on the St. James application at 3 Mountain Road, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. You'll be acknowledged to address the commission. If anyone's called in regarding the St. James application at 3 Mountain Road, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. Mr. Chair, there's no answers.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the application as submitted?
I'll take a stab. I make a motion to approve the application for temporary certificate of appropriateness for the installation of an accessory structure, cross and memorial stone at 3 Mountain Road. The application would include the temporary structure, which is visible from the road, and the permanent structure, which doesn't appear to be visible from the road.
Great. Do I have a
Second.
I have a second, Joanne. Thank you. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? Great. You're all
Thank you.
set.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, guys. Okay, now we're moving on to some old business. John Paul Bertuglia, modification to previously reviewed walkway and removal of trees for a new single-family home at lot 8088, AKA 7 Church Street. Good. Whoever's here for that, you want to come up and give your name and address for the record and then just state what it is you're asking approval for?
My name is John Paul Bertulia, representing 7 Church Street or 8088. Are we talking about just the walk first or?
However you want to do it.
However you want to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, so our first question is on the bluestone walk or brick walk that we would like to change to a bluestone walk to match our front porch. The stone would be the same stone and same pattern, same size, same location.
And it's this walk that goes from the porch out to the front sidewalk, correct?
Yes, correct.
That's on Church, right?
Yeah. In the corner.
Not.
Correct. Yes, it goes out to Church Street, not to Hart, correct.
Thanks. And what else?
The second item is the 2 white pines located in that picture. One of them is hanging, leaning toward the house over the, oh, yep, there you go. And it has had its most of its limbs stripped on the power line side of the tree. So the fear is that it's going to fall in the house. We'd like to remove them both.
Okay. I guess before we proceed on those, thank you. I mean, we don't typically, I mean, how much discretion do we have over?
So
plantings?
because the landscape, and if you'll recall, this was a little unique because this had been approved
Years ago.
way back.
Yeah.
And the landscaping and preservation of landscaping had been
Oh.
part of the conversation and the recommendation of the historic district to TPZ. So that's why it's back. So again, it had been, I think, it was at least 20 years, if not a little more, before it had been longer than it had been at TPZ. So a lot of, I think what we had found is a lot of the vegetation had become overgrown through the course of these last 20 years. So there has been removal that had to be done as part of just doing the construction and just good husbandry because trees were rotted, et cetera. Some of them, as Bruce Sear and I went through, we tried to say, okay, well, let's try to save X, Y, and Z. And then if we need to, then we'll come back to these. But clearly, some of these speak for themselves with the proximity to the structure.
That's certainly helpful to close that out. We just think in the background said we're supposed to keep trees. They're probably a lot smaller than 30 years ago.
A smidge.
All right. So there's two issues. There's the bluestone on the porch to match, or on the sidewalk to match the porch instead of brick, and then there's the trees, which we'll go ahead and include in that. So, Henry, any comments or questions?
No comments on the walkway. With respect to the trees, totally understand the concerns. Do you plan to replace them with anything? Maybe something that doesn't grow as tall?
Yeah, that's been the discussion. A native fruit tree was
Like Bradford pear or
proposed.
something like that, or 2 apples, 2 pears. Okay. Yeah, I would think that that's fine. No love lost over somebody cutting down a pine tree on my side. And I think the plan to replace them with, for a tree that caps out at 20, 25 feet, I think that's perfectly fine.
I think the bluestone walkway is equally as appropriate as brick. It's all over the district. The trees, I walked by yesterday. I'm surprised you're not asking to take more down. There's a couple by the garage that kind of look like a hazard too. One of them looks dead.
Oh, so actually, our
Pandora's box just opened.
our tree guy pointed out one today that I didn't notice before that I guess is an ash tree that has a disease and
Yes, Emerald
Is
ash
that the one
borer.
right by the driveway?
it's sort of next to the garage.
Okay.
And
Does it show in any of these photos?
it
it
is no.
It's not this multi-stem?
Further in the back.
Yeah, it's
Wait, okay, so I can't see it.
no, you can't see it there.
Okay.
It's not visible from Church Street, barely visible from Hart Street because it's set a little bit further back.
Okay,
I can show you on the landscaping plan which one it is, but we would love to remove it as well. It's there you go, right there.
that's a maple. That says
Oh,
maybe. So
then that's
maple
not it.
pine.
I'm sorry.
Well, and it could be it was mislabeled too.
Oh,
So this is
It's right in that location if it's not that tree. It doesn't have many limbs left, and it's visibly dead.
Yeah, I don't have one that's labeled ash. It doesn't mean that it wasn't mislabeled years ago at some point, so that does happen. If the commission agrees, we can leave that at staff discretion. We can go out, take a look. The bark for the ash trees is very distinctive. So unlike some others, should be somewhat easy to identify. So if that's the case, then we can do the same and have that one removed with the intent that there's some type of replacement that goes on in that area.
Michelle, any questions?
Yeah, like Ted, I'm a neighborhood walker and I walk by the site as well. And I share the same feeling that Ted had. And to my mind, this process in building this house and the care and concern exercised in responsible, in acting responsibly in terms of the environment and everything else. And really, because this goes back to 30 years when the trees and such were more of an integrated part of the discussion. My thinking is, yeah, I was a little surprised that it wasn't a couple more trees. I'm really fine with the trees that you want to take down, and where you're replacing them, that's really commendable and to my way of thinking. So that's everything there. Probably exercise more opinion than I should have, but.
Thank you. Jim?
No problem here taking those trees down. I look at them every day. Every day, every evening. That lot has also lost a few good-sized trees that fell down over the last 10 years. So they've done a great job saving all the other trees. It's a tight site, which trying to save all those trees and building that house is not an easy thing. So I don't have a problem with either the walk or the trees they want to take.
Yeah. I have no problems either.
Okay.
No questions.
I don't know. Do you want to say anything? No. Can you poll online to make sure nobody's hanging out?
Sure. If anyone's called in regarding any comments for 7 Church Street for the application for bluestone and tree removal, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. You'll be acknowledged to address the commission. If anyone's called in regarding 7 Church Street, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom to address the commission. Mr. Chair, there's no hands raised.
Okay. The only thing procedurally, I guess, that it dawns on me, I mean, it does seem kind of unusual that, I mean, I certainly don't want the owner to have to come back to ask every time they need to cut down a tree. I mean, do we have the power to say that,
No, that's not-
remove any restrictions on?
You, yeah, 100%. You can leave it to staff direction and I can simply update you or as needed. Typically we try to keep as many of the mature trees as reasonably possible, but we will look, this time I prefer having these pine trees, this was easy. The deciduous trees start to become a little more challenging this time of year. But the ash tree is notable. If there's rot in the base, clearly dropping limbs, then we'll let it come down, bark peeling. Sometimes it's a little less obvious and the tree goes dormant, then we'll wait to spring to see if it leaves out. But I think these will be obvious. So you absolutely can leave it to staff discretion. We can provide updates. And I believe the Diesels have expressed more than adequate interest in getting the property revegetated to a reasonable extent.
Okay. And with that, then I guess we need a motion to approve the bluestone for the sidewalk, as well as the allowance for the removal of the trees requested, as well as any that, with consultation with staff, are appropriate, that they believe are appropriate to be taken down.
I'll try that one. I make a motion to approve an application for temporary certificate of appropriateness for change in the walkway from a brick walkway to the bluestone walkway, and removal and a second action to remove the trees as discussed and requested, the 2 pine trees, and then subsequent the ash tree, and yeah, okay. And going forward, in the future, to leave it to the discretion of the homeowner who has evidently taken great care to act environmentally responsible in terms of vegetation on the property.
So what we wanted, we want them to consult with them, quite frankly, fine with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Well, we have a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions? You're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You guys are, it's coming along great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for building here. Exciting.
Hurry up, Shapey.
You're good. 2 pines, the ash.
We could drop them, or do you want to go out and look at it?
No, the 2 pines and the ash, go ahead and drop.
Yeah.
And then if there's anything else, let me know. I'll hit it on my way in or out of the office at any point.
Okay, that's it for now.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Next item on the agenda is new business. Is there anything?
There is no new business. I have just one thing for staff report. If I can jump ahead. So
Yeah, sure.
yeah, there's no new business. Staff report, just a reminder that there's the election of officers in December. So that's the only thing to take care of. And then
Do we believe, I bet it's unlikely we'll have a replacement for our permanent member.
I have actually volunteered to do that. I think.
Do we know that
so
I believe
they're going to be ready to take any action?
it could if they do it in December, because town council meets before we do. So
All right, well, I mean, it's ultimately up to the town council. If anybody else is interested, I would just contact, I mean, I don't know honestly how it works anymore, whether it's an R seat, a D seat or what, but anybody's interested, even if there was somebody listening, go to the town council if you're interested, or maybe go to your town parties. But at any rate, okay, that's good.
yeah, and then we can postpone, Mr. Chair, to that point.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't have to be December. It's up for December,
Oh.
but if we're still 4 people and we want to, there's a consensus to postpone to
Okay.
January till we get to 5. That's, it can be done.
Okay, well, think about it and think about those that are currently serving to whether you're willing to do it. And if anybody, wants to do any of these things, I mean, you're welcome to talk to me. But as far as the officers, let me know. And I'm certainly open to anybody serving if they're interested in this position. All right. So that's that. The next, I do want to bring up, I know Jim has one item he wanted to bring up.
Yeah, 44 Colton Street. It's on the corner of Colton and Hatters. And last week, when I was bike riding, I believe that's in the district, they had the whole front door apart and they were doing something. I haven't seen what they've done.
They replaced the door.
They replaced the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was bike riding, took a picture. I can send you the picture if you need, but I think they are in.
Yeah, the last time I walked by there, it was in. It was a new door.
It was a new door.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were just taking it out. And they had side lights. I have pictures of what it looked like.
Yeah, the original had side lights.
Yeah.
Send it to.
Which were in bad shape. It needed replacing.
Yeah, it did.
Well, they should have had a building permit
Right.
too, to do all that work. And so if it didn't hit, I mean, I'd have to go back through. But even doors to, unless it was was it an identical replacement?
Well,
I mean, the one that was there looked to be an original to me.
it was an original,
Yeah,
I think.
But
So.
typically we don't do doors, it's roofs. Roofs, maybe a
I don't
fence.
recall anybody saying this is like the like.
Yeah, for a door, typically we have
Yeah, so
those
that's-
come in.
Yeah, so let me put on the record. So I'll ask Jim, who apparently has a picture of what it looked like before, to send that to Shannon at the planner's office. And then obviously, Sharon just asked you to look into it. Obviously, the
Of course.
TCOA is required to have them come in and apply for it.
Yeah, well, in the building permit, so. Thank you. I appreciate the
Any other matters like that? I also have a couple things I quickly want to mention. I did get notice, as chair of this commission, actually as well as president of the Historical Society, that they are taking down a structure that's, I think, older than 150 years. It's a barn on 44 Mountain Spring. You know the address?
30.
Yeah, it can't be
I can go.
44, everything.
It's the garage.
So the garage is coming down. Now, I've also understand, and this is hearsay, but that the owner of that property is very preservation minded and is going to work with Jack Kemper and use some of the
Correct.
beams and other things to create a new garage. They're gonna make the new garage. It is in bad shape.
37.
37.
37 Mountain Road. We had done a field trip there. I don't believe you. So that's the one, Lisa Johnson. We did a field trip to. It did have a public hearing with TPZ. So it's a garage and a barn and garage, and the barn is being restored. The garage is being demolished. It is beyond.
Didn't you send an email on that?
We did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this one, we had talked, so it had gone through, we did the notification at the time, it went through TPZ. I believe I shared photos at the time, it
Yeah.
came through TPZ. But now you're getting a second notice, Jay, because it's actually coming down and they've actually put
It's
the demo permit.
demolition ordinance that we
So-
these 30-day
So you
delays.
get noticed twice. You got noticed once when it came through for TPZ because there's a notification requirement then. And then you get noticed a second time when they're actually gonna demo. So,
And then quickly, the second one, it's not a notice demolition, but you know that the town owns the Tinty barn.
Yeah, they've been working.
They're working on it, by the way. And you can't go in there because they're working on it. It's not safe, but I peeked in and it looks great. But the silo, unfortunately, if you recall, there's the base of it, the old stone silo. It's really badly deteriorated. In fact, it's a real hazard. So that's got to come down. I've suggested maybe the town could save a few feet up off the ground. I don't know whether that's feasible or not, but
The town owns it, right?
yes, the town's working on the barn.
I know. They're not putting the hayloft door back in. There was
I don't
one
know. I don't know about that.
that was always there and now it's gone.
Maybe somebody took this over. At any rate, just a heads up on that. And we're trying to, so Lisa Johnson and I visited the site, and we're both kind of interested because, there aren't a lot of silos that we know that were in town, but, and there is the one up on, by the rec building up on, like the lab.
Right.
Which is also stone, so hopefully we can find more information about it. And Lisa said she's not aware really even of the history of that property, so try to find a little more information on that. But if you're interested, take a quick look at it. It is interesting and kind of puzzling, like how exactly they used it. I assume it was for silage. That is kind of on the opposite side. That I'm sure they weren't windows. There's probably a way to put the silage in it, but they were stepped up. They looked like 3 windows going straight up. But if you do go over there, be very careful. Obviously, you're probably not supposed to go over there, but it is.
well, and it's limited because it will be coming down shortly.
Shortly.
Yeah,
There we go.
no, they're coming down, yeah.
No, it's failing mortar and there's nice heavy, field stones in there.
Field stones in there.
So you can't get too close.
Yeah.
And you've seen they've fallen, and a lot of them have fallen, and you can see right through it.
So, great. The intent is that that'll be coming down here
Yeah, good.
within the next
That's
week or two.
Okay.
So very short order, it'll be coming down. The barn obviously is being restored. That's being done. That was all done in town council with funding allocations to do the restoration of the barns.
Is the town doing the work? Who's doing the work?
It's contracted out.
Oh,
I don't have that.
That's okay.
info.
I just was curious. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it at my desk.
All right. Anything else tonight? Okay, great. If not, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Wait,
approval of
minutes,
minutes.
wait. Unadjourned. Last item of business. Approval of the minutes of the October 21, 2025 meeting. Does anybody have any comments?
No. I make a motion that we approve the minutes of the October 21st, 2025 meeting.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, now we're adjourned.